start for right-handed pitcher Matt Harvey, who gets the nod for Team Italy in the final game of the 2023 World Baseball Classic's first round Pool 8 group from Taichung Intercontinental Baseball Stadium in Taiwan. So that was the second of three things that needed to happen between last night and tonight to make this 5 teams at 2-2, and we embark on the final game, and it's still a possibility. The first pitch is fouled back by a new leadoff man to the lineup today.
Are we going to see the same stuff? The velo was down a little bit, but the pitchability was all there.
1-1 pitch fouled away. And scouting report on Matt Harvey.
And you go to the scouting report, and it has definitely evolved over the years. He's had to deal with some. But he is.
Ray Patrick Ditter couldn't hold up, and we will get a look at the starting lineup tonight for the Netherlands.
Especially Xander Bogaerts. He broke out, had a big day the other day. They want to see him get back to that form.
So far, stares out and takes the first pitch back foul. Strike. It is going to be a much more subdued crowd tonight, and obviously it is in any game that is not involving the home team, Chinese Taipei, here in Taiwan. But it feels like this island collect got a chance to take the field today. They've been sitting around watching and waiting, and Cuba with its big win earlier this afternoon.
One thing Matt Harvey wasn't able to do his last outing, had to come up with some big pitches, but no strikeouts. Left that game.
And Profar, that one bounced up and got it.
That's that pitch.
Chuckle with Matt Harvey.
You can see that breaking ball from Matt Harvey. You watch him back to, and we're pretty anxious to see what was
the home run. 1-1. Orange vest and the wig.
Only if they win. Netherlands.
Very fair weather.
Yeah.
2-1.
Bandwagon. There's Dad.
Boris. As he just took a guy named Boris' shirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bogaerts didn't like that call.
Was like, and then all of a sudden you face Xander Bogaerts. Get a big strikeout here.
Runner off again. Ball crushed to center, but DeLuzio will circle around it and pull it in, and that's the second half of the inning.
Now we talked about Matt Harvey. The velocity is not the same as the days with the New York Mets back in 2013, around 14-15. Take a look at the usage. It's changed a little bit over the years.
So 2 gone. Here's Didi Gregorius. News item this week. Gregorius drawing some interest from the Colorado Rockies. His manager for this Netherlands team, Hensley Mullins, will be the Rockies hitting national team program and coaching landscape. Eugene Kingsale, first Curaçaoan player in the big. Bruce Bochy, the San Francisco Giants, another World Baseball Classic manager. Guy we got to meet in
That's
Germany.
right.
He's the manager of that France team.
And he did say to us, we asked him, is this going to kick it off? You want to manage again?
How sometimes that itch. Bruce Bochy going to Texas, where he will give it a shot with the Rangers. Ground ball right into the shift. And Didi Gregorius is retired, and Matt Harvey able to work around the 1-out hit by pitch of Jurickson Profar. Night number 5.
And this was an explosive lineup when we got our first look of Italy against Cuba, but things have eased up a little bit, and I think the biggest
guy who is just 21 years old, it's the Philadelphia Phillies number 27 prospect Jaden Estimista, who is a really exciting talent.
There's Matt Harvey.
Comes back with strike 2 as well. Jaden Estimista, he was one of those guys who had a challenging start to his program.
And you look at that, we already see that fastball 95-98.
Left side. Simmons went out.
The biggest challenge for him, facing these big leaguers, he's got big leaguers behind him.
He's just ex who were either signed or drafted. He didn't even get to come to the States or make his pro debut until the following year. So he's
development for guys like Estancia, like you said, missing that entire year. What that did, the way it pushed guys back. I mean, I know with the Seattle Mariners.
Broken bat flare and a shallow center. That's down for a base hit as Nicky Lopez has himself yet another knock. He just continues to barrel up balls. Conversation that we had with Tyler Stevenson with the Cincinnati Reds, one of their top prospects at the time, and it was in the early weeks when we still didn't know that there would be no minor league season that year. And we did about a 20-minute interview and then spent an station communicating with you now. And what do you do to stay active? And for somebody like Estenista, this ball skied in the air to left. And Jerkson's profile is there. There's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
If you are out and throwing, sure, that's fine. You're able to get some work in, but it's not as though you're working with Phillies coaches. It's not as though... See those 4 ranked prospects from MLB Pipeline, and one of them will receive a flip and retire. Another talented young hitter, that's Brett Sullivan.
Or he was messing with that later on in his time. The top of that pitch and get that depth. And we've seen it already today, like that. That good depth.
As a reliever, how much did you mess around out to the left side of the infield? Nice pickup over there by Davis.
Just, right there at my chest. And when I was starting in my better years, my hands were at contact with this.
One out. Roger Bernardina out of this. So walks a couple of times, and Roger Bernardina at Gabon. He's played in Korea. As Harvey kicks and deals to 102. Ryan, night 1. About Matt Harvey did not exceed that 50-pitch threshold. He gets a strikeout of Bernardina. Available to go tomorrow. You can say a lot about Matt Harvey, but on the pitcher...
Yeah, you look at some of the other little things besides what you see in regards to... I'm going to take a flyer on this guy and see if he can do this in big games.
3 balls and a 50 with the quarterfinal games coming up in just a few days for Matt Harvey and his baseball career. 3-2 pitch. It's out in the infield and through the shift. He's on
an off season. It's not like it's middle of...
And Simmons. Panama night number 1 of this tournament. 2-second and easy play. 2. And tiebreakers come into effect. If the Netherlands wins, it's or not only who is going to move on to Tokyo, but the fact that this game now through a team that's 3-2, 97 miles an hour. 3-2 on the way to him from Estenista, and that's a called strike. I mean, he's never struck out 3 times.
And we talked about that in the day game today when the guys who watch him start to struggle as well.
Profar is there on a 96 miles. Entering tonight, this is not potentially looking at relegation. Now, we won't update them live, but it's not election coverage here. But
you kind of have to know what the situation is for sure. And we're like, wow, okay. And it does change what you do. You become way more urgent. If equipment guy, they all know exactly what the situation is.
And, we'll hear the detractors divided by outs recorded. This is a fun, different form.
3rd inning. The other part of this, that's on the line as well for this thing.
Impressive win against Cuba, night number 1 as a
walk 3-2. Tons of plate discipline.
Deluzio back up the middle. Bogarts gobbles it up.